And yesterday was a start. Let's get to the action. Russell Wilson getting the start for the Giants. Opening drive for the Giants, no score. Wilson has time in the pocket, throws a deep across the field to Bo Collins, who gets taken down right here at the 1. Wilson finds Collins for an 80-yard gain. Second quarter, Jackson Dart in for Wilson. 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Dart throws a screen pass to Theo Johnson right here. Gets loose for a 30-yard gain. Wilson would come back in for Dart after one play. 2nd and 3 at the Jets 35. Wilson fakes the handoff, throws deep. It's intended for Collins, but it's picked off by Quantez Stigers. Take another look at it. Wilson just frustrated with the turnover right there. Dart in to start the third. Giants lead 7-6. Dart fakes the toss, finds Greg Dulcich over the middle. That's a touchdown. Jackson Dart loves it. Giants lead 14-6. Dart again rolls to his right, finds Juice Wells Jr., throws a stiff arm in there in the preseason, cuts inside, gets taken down at the 1. Giants are in the driver's seat. 2 plays later, Dart QB sneaks up the middle. The swag is turned on. 14-16, 137 yards, 1 passing and 1 rushing touchdown.
Like you can smell the turf. More preseason action here. Raiders hosting the Niners on Saturday. There you see Ashton Genty running out of the crowd for the first time. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Geno Smith faking the handoff to Genty, fires deep down the sideline. That's Brock Bowers for the contested catch. Look at him secure it, hold on to it. The athleticism, impressive. His only catch of the day is 28 yards. The drive results in a field goal. Later on in the first quarter, we're now tied at 3. Here's Genty again, keep an eye on it. This time he takes the handoff, just trucking the defender. Muscling his way. It's a 13-yard gain for Genty. He's a rookie. He was drafted 6th out of Boise State, we remember, and he's showing why he was drafted so early. You know, 2 players to rush for over 2,600 yards in FBS history, him and Barry Sanders. He's pretty good. Genty again now. Driving forward through 2 Niners, flips right on into the end zone for a touchdown. Don't worry, that was not a fumble. Finished with 7 rushes, 33 yards and a touchdown. Genty's first touchdown of the preseason, but he said, I have arrived.
Colts taking on the Packers. QB1 and 1A, Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson in another preseason bout. Jones fumbles the snap and dives on the loose ball. Don't want to start like that. Rough drive for Jones right there. Jones again with a little play action. Finds Michael Pittman Jr. open near the sideline. A 22-yard gain for first down. So things are rolling. Later that drive, 2 minutes left in the quarter. Jones steps up in the pocket, finds Tyler Warren downfield for 25 yards. The Colts would get a field goal to end the drive, and Jones would be 7 of 11, 101 yards, and just 2 drives out there on the field. Take it to the second quarter. Anthony Richardson drops back, delivers a dart to Drew Ogletree for 21 yards. That's a first down. Solid start for Richardson right there. Same drive. Richardson again sees the pocket collapse, takes off running. The wheels are turning, rushes for 9 yards and a first down. His only rush of the game. Richardson again makes another throw under pressure. This time to Anthony Gould for 38 yards. But it gets called back for offensive offsides, and Richardson will be 6 of 11, 73 yards and 9 rushing yards. All right, there's a whole lot of separation. Well, really not that much in this QB competition for the Colts. Both Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson have completed just over 50% of their passes. No touchdowns yet for Jones on his 7 series. And, of course, Richardson led the Colts on 1 touchdown drive against the Packers.
The Browns quarterback room might be crowded, but there's quite a bit of injury. So yesterday, when the Browns were taking on the Eagles, Dillon Gabriel got the start. Of course, Shedeur Sanders has that oblique injury, and so here he is making his preseason debut. First quarter, Gabriel fires a perfect pass to Jamari Thrash. That would be a first down. Gabriel went 3 for 3 on third down conversions during his first drive. Start of the second now. Gabriel dropping back, rolling to his left, looking for Deontay Johnson, but instead, Mukaba's got other plans. He takes it the other way for a touchdown. So that would be a pick 6. Bad interception by Gabriel. He kind of knew it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Didn't need that. So we go to under 2 minutes to go in the first half after that pick 6. See it one more time. 2nd and 15 on their own 33. Gabriel drops back, just fires a bullet now, trying to make up for it to Davis. It's a gain of 29 yards. That was his longest pass of the day, and it leads to a Browns field goal right before the end of the half. So Gabriel had a decent day, 13 for 18, 143 yards, 2 turnovers, though, to cap it off. Browns did win, but here's Gabriel.
There's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best teammate I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
Okay, so that was an interesting quote, and he was asked about it again for a little bit more clarification. He had this to say in the post-game press conference. Yeah, first off, I'm all about our team and each other. I would never make that comment, but for me, I've explained it. Entertainers are you all. Competitor, that's what I am and all my teammates, and we both have jobs to do, so that's it. Okay. Jeremy Fowler and Sam Acho are here now to break down the rookies, and obviously, Jeremy, we're going to start with Dillon Gabriel. Comments a little bit up and down, as was his play on the field, which is fine. But do you think the Browns saw enough clarity in terms of the quarterback situation they have there?
So, Shay, they've seen enough clarity to know that they have 2 rookie options that they do like in some capacity. Joe Flacco is still expected to start, but you have Shedeur Sanders performed well last week. Dillon Gabriel did some good things, a little up and down, but the Browns like how he runs the operation, the non-flashy stuff. He understands Kevin Stefanski's offense, the play action, moves around well, can avoid sacks. All those things bode well for him, and he was drafted 2 rounds earlier in Shedeur. So Browns have a lot to figure out here. They do not have a lot of clarity, except for the fact that Joe Flacco is supposed to play the 3rd preseason game. Kenny Pickett could also get in there as well. The Browns have not made a firm determination yet whether they're going to have 4 quarterbacks on the roster, but they're open to it. But for a first start, this was at least good for Gabriel. They were worried about that hamstring. He was able to get out there healthy, get out of the game healthy. That's important.
So it sounds like Dillon Gabriel has a good grasp on the offense, at least so far in the preseason. So, Acho, what was your evaluation of his performance in that preseason game?
I was impressed by some of the throws by Dillon Gabriel, but what hurt him are the turnovers. The interception, the pick six, is going to look like a negative play, as well as they fumble on the attempted handoff. Those 2 opportunities are 2 data points that actually don't help when it comes to a quarterback competition. There was so much that looked good. You're talking about him spreading the ball out all over the field, the pinpoint accuracy, but turning the ball over in a quarterback competition are going to give you a reason not to be as high on the roster as you would have liked. That's what stood out for me with Dillon Gabriel and his performance.
Yeah, the turnovers are never going to look good, especially in a preseason game, but you don't want to see that in the regular season also. Meanwhile, Jackson Dart looked fairly impressive on Saturday, 14-16, 137 yards and 2 scores. What do the Giants think about their quarterback plan going into that game?
Well, they love where Dart's at, how he's developed both on the field and off. He's been a high achiever, fast learner, highly motivated, all those things. But head coach Brian Daboll made a key word last night, develop. He said he wants to continue to develop Dart, so they're not going to rush him out there. Russell Wilson is entrenched as the starter, but Dart has helped himself as far as QB2. He gets a lot of the second-team reps in the practices. Even last night, it was interesting. You saw him go in for a play when the first-team offense was out there, went and threw a screen pass. Maybe they have a package for him during the season. They can mix him in, have him as like a dual-threat option to at least get him some game experience. So the Giants have to make a determination whether Jameis Winston would be the guy to go in as the veteran if Russell Wilson would somehow get hurt during the season. But right now, Dart has really made a compelling case for number 2. He seems to be entrenched in that role somewhat, at least right now.
Okay, so Jeremy says that they're going to develop Dart this season, and I see Sam Acho over there shaking his head at this whole situation. Do you think the plan that the Giants have in place right now, where it sounds like Russell Wilson will be the starter and then maybe up for grabs, maybe we have a package with Jackson Dart, do you think this is a sensible plan for the season?
I think it is the sensible and the right plan for the New York Giants. The reason why is this. The speed of the game gets faster as you go from the preseason to the regular season. And so even though Jackson Dart did look good at times, there were a few mistakes and overthrows that will be even exasperated when the regular season starts. So that's why you want to have 14-year veteran Russell Wilson be your starter and then give the entire season to allow Jackson Dart to develop. Russell Wilson has seen it all. He's been through it all. He's experienced it all. Let him start and let Jackson Dart learn. Let Jackson Dart develop. I would even keep Jameis Winston on the roster as the number 2. And sure, Jackson Dart can get some time, but you don't want to put so much focus on what he did in the preseason when you have viable options in front of him. And so I think that Jackson Dart needs to develop. Russell Wilson should start for the season.
I don't know a time where we've ever been talking about the Giants like this. You would know.
I would know. It's been a long time.
That's what I'm talking about.
At least only when it's good stuff. Like, usually it's bad stuff. So.
Like, options at quarterback for the Giants, it's a good thing for New York.
Mad.
That's why they're good preseason stories.
I know, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Shane Amina back here with you on SportsCenter. Time to hit the 2-minute drill, preseason style. Start with Jets and Giants here, and Jackson Dart seeing some action. Third quarter, Dart fakes the toss, finds Greg Dulcich over the middle. It's a touchdown. Dart loving it. Of course he should. This is Jackson Dart's season right now. Next Giants drive, same score. Dart rolls to his right, finds Wells Jr., who throws a stiff arm, cuts inside, and he'll get taken down right at the 1-yard line. So the Giants are driving yet again. 2 plays later, Dart, quarterback sneak up the middle for a score. He was doing a little bit of everything. 14 of 16, 137 yards, 1 passing and 1 rushing TD as the Giants win.
How about the Buccaneers taking on the Steelers? 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Teddy Bridgewater passes to Emeka Egbuka, who makes a crazy one-handed catch for the touchdown. Egbuka comes down with it despite having defenders all over him. It means absolutely nothing. His first NFL touchdown, and the Bucs, they get the W in this one.
Bucs and Steelers here. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Teddy Bridgewater. Oh, I'm doing the wrong one, aren't I? This is Acho and Courtney. This is not Bucs and Steelers. This is Courtney and the Raiders going to work, just trucking the defenders. Early second quarter, he's doing it again. Courtney driving forward through 2 Niners and slips right into the end zone for a touchdown. That was not a fumble, by the way. Courtney had 7 rushes for 33 yards and a TD. So I've arrived.
The Chargers taking on the Rams. Justin Herbert getting some time. Herbert fires over the middle to Ladd McConkey for the 17-yard gain, and the Chargers, they're moving the chains. Herbert again. Perfect pass right here to the rookie Keandre Lambert-Smith for a gain of 29. Herbert getting some good reps in, 2 of 5 in pass attempts with 46 yards.
Vikings and Pats here going to work. Drake May out of the pocket finds Matt Collins wide open on the sideline. It's a little toe tap compilation. May was pretty good in 2 series as he moves the chains, and then May here handing off to the rookie Trayvon Henderson, shifts in the backfield, breaks a couple tackles, it's a touchdown. Pats would win it. Henderson really good, 20 yards and a touchdown.
Caleb Williams is expected to make his preseason debut tonight against the Bills. Williams stepped into Chicago with high hopes after being the #1 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. However, had a tumultuous season in the Windy City. The QB has a new head coach in Ben Johnson looking to turn things around. Williams sat down with Courtney Cronin to share how Ben Johnson is challenging this team to be great.
It is an honor to stand as the head coach of the Chicago Bears. Caleb, I'm excited to work with you, and I can't wait to get to work with the rest of you guys.
You were here when Ben Johnson was hired. Roma Dunze has talked about how complex this scheme is, and that realistically, it's not something that players are going to be able to master in year 1.
It's just how complex it looks for the defense. And then when you get into the offense, Ben said it before, it's trying to make everything look the same but be different. A keeper, play action, screen, and a drop back and all of these different things that all look the same for a defense, and then it's different. That's what gets our guys open. That's what Ben specializes in, and we got to keep following it.
What tools do you use to gauge success of that?
I've set goals for myself, and that's making sure I get all 11 guys moving on the same pace at the same time when I snap the ball, going through our reads, seeing the defense, and having confidence going out there and deliver the ball.
You really wanted somebody to come in here, hold you accountable, coach you hard. How has he done that so far?
Yeah, he's done exactly that. He's been tough on me. He's been hard on me, and it's been great getting coached like that and being pushed, and the whole team seeing me being pushed like that. He set the standard. It's our job to level out and be at that standard.
So Courtney sat down with Caleb Williams, and now she still sits down with us. Wonderful. Courtney Cronin with us this morning to talk a little bit more about the Bears here. And look, people like me from Chicago want to see Caleb Williams make that jump from year 1 to year 2. What kind of jump should we expect from him?
Shay, I want to reference the statistical marks that the Bears want Caleb Williams to reach in year 1, because they've said it a couple times. That's how they're going to gauge progress from their quarterback in year 2. And it's that 70% completion percentage mark that Ben Johnson threw out. Caleb Williams says he wants to hit that in addition to 4,000 yards. That has really hovered over training camp. And Johnson addressed this on Friday when asked, hey, how often is Caleb actually hitting 70% completion percentage in practice? And Johnson said that it's lower than where it needs to be. He estimated early on Williams was around a 55% completion percentage from all the periods they were tracking in practice. And that's obviously not the only measure of success that they're going to reach, but they're trying to get him closer to that 70% mark, more than what he's shown so far in training camp. And I think that also speaks to the patience that this coaching staff is trying to process with their quarterback over the next couple of weeks, even when they get into the regular season. And it was Johnson who said ahead of the joint practice with the Buffalo Bills, he called them a Super Bowl contender. He pointed to how this team is not exactly ready yet to execute some of the plays that Detroit's offense did last year when they played the Buffalo Bills in Week 15. He said, frankly, they're not ready for it yet, and they might not be ready for that type of offense in the early part of the season, but it's all the progress that they are tracking with Williams, with the offense in general, that they will continue to track as they get ready for the regular season opener against Minnesota.
And I'll be tracking it as well. Okay, well, he's going to have a lot of help, right? Offensively, they obviously retooled that offensive line, and then he has a lot of pass catchers. And so as you talk about Ben Johnson and this new head coach for the Bears, what is he saying about the help that he has provided Williams in terms of those pass catchers?
You are seeing two of them come alive in training camp. Rome Odunze, Olamide Zaccheaus. Those are two standouts from like this week specifically. Both had tremendous camps Wednesday through Friday. And I don't think it's hyperbole to say that the Bears have a new number one receiver in this offense. Odunze is a huge part of that. The number 9 overall pick from a year ago, the same class that Williams was drafted in. I talked with wide receivers coach Antoine Randall about the role that Odunze is going to have in this offense, and he says it's going to be significantly bigger. He is the prototypical X receiver. He's the big body guy that Williams has found himself comfortable with in the red zone. And for Olamide Zaccheaus to come in here after turning his career around last season in Washington, grabbing that number 3 role right now, he's made a big impact in this offense as well.
Yeah, they're going to have to make up for those 121 targets that Keenan Allen had last year, and it sounds like they're on their way to doing that. Courtney Cronin, thank you.